Are you trying to make a Shermie out of me? Still a fun game, though.
Developed by Alexei Pajitnov for Electronic Org Technica, Tetris is a Russian game which took the world by storm. A series of blocks in different shapes in the form of 4. You have to bring them down to form a line, and once the line is formed, the line disappears. You can't have any blank spaces, or you have to go on to the next line and wait for another part to open up for it. If all the lines reach the top of the screen, game's over. Sometimes you do some variants where you only have to get 5 lines to a certain level. But if you're wanting to just keep on playing and playing and playing until the game ends for you, you just keep playing till you hit the top, and that's it. Game over. You can go to different levels and different stages, but the format of the game is still pretty much the same. It was discovered by Robert Stein, who was viewing a gaming show and came across Tetris and wanted to see about purchasing the rights for it. There was a little bit of a back and forth, but Stein was able to procure the rights, and he found a loophole, said that they could port the rights to different types of computers. To the Russians, that meant IBM and PCs. Stein thought that could apply to consoles as well. So he gave the rights to different customers, like Spectrum Holobyte and Atari Games and their Tengen subsidiary, where they made a version for the Nintendo NES under the Tengen label. However, the arcades also made their own version of Tetris under the Atari Games banner. But things really came to a head when there was a demand to make Tetris for the Game Boy. Hank Rogers, who was able to procure the Japanese rights of Tetris from Atari Games / Tengen, made Tetris for the Famicom. They were not able to bring it over to the NES at the time. When Hank Rogers inquired about the rights for Tetris for the Game Boy, as far as anyone knew, no one had them. Apparently, Robert Stein did not consider a handheld game machine a console. So handhelds kind of fit into their own little niche, apparently. When Hank Rogers went to Russia to negotiate the gaming rights for the handhelds from Elorg was not happy. They said, you are working with something that's not yours. This was only meant for PC computers. So when they reviewed the contract, they found that, yeah, they were not getting the money that there was owed to them, and also that Stein used the terminology a little freely. So when Hank Rogers made his offer, Elorg decided to do an amendment with Stein, telling him what the definition of a computer was, and that the rights could be used in that regard, although he would be able to procure arcade rights for Atari Games. There was also a little bit of a third-party developer in the Maxwell Corporation that wound up on the losing end of the stick in more ways than one. Apparently, at the end of the day, the Maxwell Corporation would file for bankruptcy and be revealed that the head had been skimming off employee pensions or something of the like. Hank Rogers and his company, Bulletproof Software, would procure the rights for Tetris for the Game Boy, because he believed if you packaged the Game Boy with Mario, it would only be for kids. But if you packaged Tetris with the Game Boy, it would be for everybody. And true enough, it was. The Game Boy was one of Nintendo's biggest portable handheld sellers of all time. Stein would be able to keep the arcade rights, but would have to forfeit them due to non-payment. Many historical videos on Tetris would be released, one most notably by the gaming historian Norman Caruso. There would even be a Tetris movie made, which kind of explains the origins of Tetris. Well, most of it would be true. But the game always had its addictive streak. I mean, you could play this game for hours and really just lose time into it. Until the end. Game over. But the game didn't necessarily end there, as other versions of Tetris would appear, like this one for the 2600. Simple to play, and yet still quite a bit of fun too. Most of the other versions make use of music, but this one does not have any musical selections, as we will find out later. Sequels would also develop, like Tetris 2, this one for the Game Boy, which seems to play much like the original Tetris, and this one for the Game Boy Advance. As the titles depict. Pretty much the same game, just adds a little bit of color to it. Tetris Plus, which makes use of the original Tetris and other variants. There will be other variants also to come in the Tetris line. And many of them, well, the original one always remains the best, although there are quite a few variants that give it a run for its money, even when the game ends. But even when the game ends, there'll be other versions, like this one for Intellivision, which was called Fortress, which is an interesting concept, with gameplay similar to Tetris. And there may be even other versions of Tetris out there, whether for your iPhone. Tiger Games even had a handheld of Tetris, I believe, for a time, making this a classic among the classics.
And now the version that brought the rights issue to a head. Tetris for the Game Boy. The version that got the whole ball of wax going. Tetris for the Game Boy. This is the one where the whole rights situation really came to a head. And who had rights for who, or what. Robert Stein thought he had the rights to home computers. Well, not just home computers, but he thought he could go to consoles. Nikolai Belikov, head of Elord, thought that he was just giving out rights to personal computers. He didn't expect Stein to be so freewheeling with the rights. But since, for some reason, handhelds were not considered a different type of computer, those were rights that were up for grabs. So Hank Rogers went to secure those rights, and Stein was able to get the arcade rights, but as I mentioned before, forfeited due to non-payment. The Maxwell Corporation, who was also interested in Tetris, did not have a happy ending. But getting back to the game, like I said, this is the one that has the whole ball of wax going. And also listen to the music. The music is definitely important in this game. It definitely sets the pacing. and it sets the rhythm for the player. The player follows along to the music and works with it to get a strategy in as you try to fit the blocks in the best ways that you can to make the lines disappear. And I did an easy way to hopefully get some gameplay, and looks like it's not too bad. I made a few lines disappear. Now I just gotta get the bottom one down. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to miss on that one. But I get why this game is so popular and this game is so addictive. And dang it, just fun to play. I was using strategy, trying to make a puzzle work, trying to make a line go away. And the music is also a good help too. As you're just following the music to follow your strategy. And the gameplay is pretty simple. You're given a shaped series of blocks, which composes of shapes that are consisted of 4 blocks. On the right-hand side, you're given an indicator of what the shape will be that you're working off of. And you just have to put it in the spot as best you can. Sometimes you do pretty good, and sometimes you don't. Here, triple, I did pretty dang good. And single, that looks pretty sweet. Right, 4 oblong. Right. And some you wish would have come at a later time. This one, you had to do with that one. Okay, another big block. And the 4 right here, and 4 right there. A long one. Got a double. Oh, 2 separate doubles, but hey, works. And that one will work. Another 4, put in that slot. Double. I'd do that too, put it down flat. So you get another flat one there. Flat one here. And double. So we get that last slot. Single. And no such luck with that one. But seeing here for that one. Now can we make that one fit? Yes, single. Fit. Far left. Okay. Now around that one. Nice slot here. Slot there. Double. It picks up when you get the doubles. Apparently you get 4. That's called the tetris. Singles, doubles, triples, and tetris. Well, the later one there'll be something separate. Well, something different. I'll explain when you get to the Virtual Boy version. I'll be surprised there. Double. Level 3, 30 lines. Moving up. Triple. Sometimes you just have to make do with what you got. There, single. Make that one fit. Nope. How about that one? Yep. Single. Single. 37 lines. Let's skip ahead and see what else there is. And this one. level. That's a high. How far did I get? Pretty far. Level 4, 49 lines, but I am rushing to the top. Okay, got a line there. But, yeah, make a few screw-ups here and there, mostly there. Okay, got a single. Level 5, 51. Ooh, yep. Time to end it there. Fun, though. Okay, next question. What does any of this have to do with the Virtual Boy? Well, there were 2 versions of Tetris made for that system. One of them was a version of the original game, the other an offshoot. The first a Japanese exclusive, the other made it to American shores. The Japanese exclusive, Tetris V.
Virtual Boy logo. And again, automatic. Bulletproof software logo. Tetris L.org, licensed by Bulletproof Software, developed by Alexei Pachetnov. And red space scenery. The Tetris, Japanese exclusive. And go through the music selection. Believe it or not, the music is very important in this game. Mostly because, well, it really sets the rhythm here. And it's like you get a rhythm, you set your pace. And already I've gotten started here. And, okay, set the pieces down. Again, you got pieces of 4. And just try to make them fit the best way you can. Like we started with an easy setting, so and get through it a little more. Might have more challenge with the harder settings, but I just wanted to see what all there was here first. So, okay, 4 pieces. Try to create rows out of them. Pretty self-explanatory, but still, the music does help as you are. Need a rhythm. And got one line. Oh, I got another line too. So, okay, setting things up. Down. Yeah, the square, you put that where. Oh, okay, missed that one. So, yeah, big enough space. So, down. Got the line there. And sometimes it's a matter of trying to figure out what to get to the next line as you're trying to knock out another one. Hold on one moment. Things are moving a little slow. Let's see if I can get some little distance here. Be right back. Well, actually, no, not be right back. Just see how far along, because I've been playing this one for a while. Here we go. Decisions. See, where does the square go? Should I just put it there? No. Here's the 4-piece. Got a triple. That's right there. Actually, when you take a look at it, this is very much like a regular Tetris game. It's just for the Virtual Boy. I remember the angry video game nerds once said, when dealing with the other game on this, just stick to regular Tetris. Well, here is regular Tetris. But since he was also tinkering with the American releases, I'm not sure he got to see this one. He might have later, so looks like he gets a regular version. Okay, just gotta get a straight one here, but here I got a block. Let's see if we can make that T fit. That works here. And left hand. That one seems to be movable. 4-piece here. Another 4. 9 lines. Okay. Double. Game that's really full of spins, prizes, and surprises. Got a single, and can we get that one in? No. So, left-hand side. Okay, over to the right. And like I said, this is pretty much like a regular Tetris game. Right, 4. Good. Triple. Alright. Just try to make the pieces fit as best you can. This truly is an addicting and fun game. You really can get lost in it. And the music definitely helps keep the pace as well. Okay, knock down another one. Here goes a double. This game really does. This really has been the best game of Tetris I've really played. But let's see how long my luck will hold. Made it up to line 33, but there's just something I gotta show you. V, Tetris V, 4. So let's see, what else can we get here? All right, line's 37. Right? Nope. Try to make things fit the best way you can. 4. And knock out at least one line. Another line. And there goes another line. So, right there. And knock out another line. Rocket ships and space passing by. Basically, this is regular Tetris, just in red and black. And I'm really cranking up the lines here. Let's see about skipping to the end. 102 lines. I think it might be good if I ended it here. And like I said, I ended there. Continue, yes or no? I said no. So, also input your initials. Turks. And let's see how far my ranking is. Number 1, dang good game. In reviewing Tetris V, I also wind up reviewing Tetris as well, all the versions of it. It is a fun, a relaxing, and addictive game. It's a puzzler which allows you to think on your feet and strategize how best to get the lines in that you look for. Sometimes you get a single, sometimes a double, sometimes you get 4. I've even seen maybe even 5 done. It's a strategy thinker. It's a thrill game. It's like, how long can you last? Some people put limits in it, just get a few levels. Some just play till they can't put blocks in anymore. But regardless, Tetris has earned the reputation that it has earned. And even though the Virtual Boy may not have been the system that people hoped for, Tetris V was a worthy addition to this library. And now the offshoot, Tetris 3D. Read instructions and precaution booklets before operating. The Virtual Boy logo. And 3D Tetris. Tetris regulated by L-Org. Original concept by Alexei Pachitnov. And this is 3D Tetris. This was made for the American markets. It's an offshoot of the original. But is it very good? It's like, okay, you got 3 levels, like 3D Tetris, Cinderfill, and Puzzle. I'm just going to go with 3D Tetris on this one, since, well, that's what we're going with. And yeah, I went
with the easy level. Sue me. Or actually don't and broke as is. So, let's see how this looks. You've got a puzzle piece. And 3 blocks on the side indicating how you want it to go. And also a little bit of a map which indicates where the puzzle piece is going to land. Okay, so figuring out the controls look like. Alright. Okay, you can go down already. It's like left, right, up, down. Apparently no vertical, except apparently on the right hand side, which I never really took notice of. So that one landed on the side, so I guess this is how it is. You gotta determine, I guess you got 5 levels here. You gotta fill the blocks up to the 5 levels. So you're just trying to determine which piece goes where. Okay. Set that down. And apparently, it also indicates where you are on the block level. And a red one on the side. I guess the blocks are also a little bit on the cartoonish side. So, moving down, in there, and red. Another red landing. Come on, let's see if we can fill this, floor. We do not have the space for that, so let us try here. Yep, we're on the 2nd level. So I guess we just have to fill up levels at the moment. Ooh, a blue spot, which we need right down there. 1,000 points. And the next board goes up to down to the 1st level. So you're filling pieces in the center, and it is measured by the blocks on the right. So by estimation with this gameplay, if you wind up filling all 5 blocks to the top, and you've got some pieces missing, then I guess that's one way the game ends. So, let's see how far along we get. Give me one moment here. Now ready to finish off a level? Looks like we might get 1,000 points. Oh, nope. That's a 3 level, so that'll be the next one. And I don't think, well, alright. Just the far right corner. Just have to, one more, and yep, 1,000 blocks up top, go down to the next one, and we just keep on filling. Back up to 5 blocks again, and no, it did not reset. We're at level 3, and apparently I made 5,000 on the easy level. I should probably want to do more of this a little later. But I guess, yeah, I'm more taken with the regular Tetris. Although, this definitely does have its charm and, well, intrigue. It's something that you can come back to if you look to master it. Okay. That too, let's see where you go. Got one level and got another 5,000. So fill the floors. You can go up Go up to the next floor if you got a missing space, but fill that space up and you don't go down to the bottom. Seems like a simple enough, nice little offshoot game. But yeah, I think the original one's better, but still, this is definitely something that's enjoyable. Tetris 3D, there are some similarities to the original Tetris. There's also a lot of differences as well. You have blocks in it, and yes, you have to, well, I wouldn't necessarily say stack them. It's more like you're making floors. The stack is on the 2D display on the right. As you try to make the blocks fill and make the level disappear, and the blocks on the level above will go to the level down. It's a maximum of 5. I've seen it go down to 4. Tetris 3D is a fun game. It is a challenging game. And yes, I can see how Tetris came from this. If I want to play it again, yes, I definitely will. As well as Tetris V and many of the original versions of Tetris that are out there. So what next? Well, there are some Japanese exclusives still left on my Virtual Boy list. I also have Jack's Brothers I can take a look at. But actually, that may be put on hold for a little bit, as I've already got my next project in the queue and working on it now. All I can say about that is, may the 4th be with you. Check out the link to previous videos on the side, and also check me out on social media. Leave a like and a comment below. Don't forget to click and subscribe.